Morning. It's raining, but I got my umbrella. Thought I'd take a walk across the yard and show you a tree that I have almost killed. Or maybe have killed. I think I've killed it. I'll turn the camera around. I guess I didn't need to tell you that. I could have just done it, but what's done is done. This is a pretty dead tree. It's a blue beech. I got it at Gerton's. The only thing that has me wondering whether it's completely dead is that it's been looking like this for a couple weeks. But that leaf's still green. Those leaves are still green. There's a green leaf. There's a green leaf. I watered it assiduously last year, and apparently not this year, assuming that's the problem. But it hasn't been that dry. Although, judging by the grass, it's been pretty fucking dry. Anyhow, I probably shouldn't have come outside in my sandals. Oh, sorry, my socks are polka dotted. Just got to the airport and I'm through security. But guess what? I'm not traveling. I'm picking up my daughter who's just been in Florida visiting her cousin. I haven't been through security without taking a flight in decades. I remember back in the 80s, like we'd have full reunions of family and friends at the gate to meet people from whatever adoption or missions trip they were returning from. I think she's at the farthest gate. Got her. Walking back through the green ramp. You don't have to do anything interesting because we're making a boring video.
Are you gonna put music with it?
No, that'd be too exciting. Oh, say hi to Bill.
Hi, Bill. Who's Bill? Zooming on that. Let's zoom in on your scunchie. Oh, is zooming in too exciting?
Oh, we'll find out.
Okay.
If this video gets views, then that's on you.
Hey. Well, they have to view it to know it's boring.
That's going up and we can get out of here. Now we're going home.
Can I stop recording?
I got up at about 6 this morning. The water was already hot in the kettle because I had set it last night. And the coffee was ground. I do French press, and the way I know how to get the right grind is that I put it in the grinder, and instead of running it like I just tap it, and I tap it to the beat of the Bay City Roller song Saturday Night. S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, night. And I do that twice, and that's the right level of grind for the French press. And then I go sit in my blue chair in the living room and grab a book from the end table. I just finished reading Free Will by Sam Harris, which I didn't know about, but a commenter recommended it after a recent video. I always read with this kind of pen. It's a Uniball Signo. Is that right? Yeah. If I read without a pen, I feel like I'm not actually reading. I don't know. Hey, Bill. Just on the way to a coffee shop to, break up the day. I haven't decided which one yet, but they're both in basically the same direction. Earlier today, I went to the doctor because of a weird bug bite, and it took forever there. So I Googled how water towers work. Then I Googled something my son asked me the other day, which is, do fish get thirsty? And Google told me that when people ask that, they also ask whether fish get bored. The answer is yes, they do. As evidenced by the fact that trout raised in featureless tanks have smaller brains than if their tanks have rocks in them. After a while, the doctor came in and told me that, in fact, this is not a weird bug bite at all. It's a perfectly normal bug bite, and I'm just reacting to it this way because I'm getting old. Which was a delight to hear. Speaking of delight, I was reading some J. Krishnamurti this morning, and he says that joy is the ability to receive the sensation of delight without the desire to experience it again. Which must mean that I was feeling joy when I was Googling about fish. Every day when I get home from work, I get 2 beers, then I get 2 cups out of the cabinet, little ones. And the 2 glasses have to be the same. We have some IKEA glasses with little white squiggles, and we have some IKEA glasses that are clear. I don't care which one, but they have to be the same. I used to ask my wife which of the 2 glasses she wanted that day, but that started to piss her off because she doesn't give a shit. So then I kept asking. But I've quit doing that. I then set the glasses on the counter. I set the beers on the counter. I open the 2 beers at once, one on my left side, one on my right side, so that they make only a single sound, but in stereo. I then pour them at the same time and bring them to wherever my wife is. I'm not gonna do this today though, because we're going to a baseball game. Fortunately, I get to meet her before the game at a brewery, so at least I'll have the hoppy IPA, though I will not get the joy of the stereophonic can crack. I don't even know what stereophonic means. Did I use that correctly? Almost certainly not. Here's a figure made of wire laundry I haven't folded yet, and my blue chair. I got it for $180 on Craigslist from a couple who'd also just bought it and even had it reupholstered, but then after living with it for a couple days realized it was too big. And they're not wrong. It's pretty deep. Look at that, 23 inches. The average human femur is between 17 and 19 inches. So what are we gonna do with that extra space? An interesting hack I've discovered is I can take one of these and I just sort of set it here in the crux of the chair, and just like that, it's the right size. What do you know? Oh, and it's a recliner too. One time we had a bunch of people over, maybe 15, half of them were kids, and I reached down to de-recline this chair and I got my fingers caught in this metal frame part. I don't know if I've ever cursed so loudly in front of children, especially other people's children.